Good morning, Otherworldlies. This is Juliana Angel, your Dark Mask Diva. Alright, you guys. Well, I was talking to a friend, and who also does YouTube. We're talking about this, and he was complaining that he sends links to his friends, to his family. Not talking about the YouTube community, because we all kind of watch each other and give each other critiques and give each other kudos and, hey, good job, I really like what you're doing with your channel, and that kind of thing. We offer each other support. We watch each other. If one of us does a live, the other one pops up, that kind of thing. I mean, we're all kind of like a little family around here. We enjoy each other. What we're talking about are outside friends and our outside family, the people we grew up with, our actual relatives. We can't get them to support this for nothing. Not a single one of my relatives is interested in what I'm doing. Not a single one of them. No one I grew up with, nobody is interested in this at all. I mean, I've been doing this for several months now. Nobody, except for people I've actually met online. And people who have been fans of when I was a blogger. And these are people also that I met online who were fans of me from before. People I've met on other websites that I gave advice on. And those kinds of people. So those kinds of people are friends that I made who were part of a fan base, okay? Those are the people who are interested in me. So the only people who are really interested in me are fans. All right, those are people who are interested in what I'm doing. People who are friends, people who are relatives. None of them. No one who pops up, except for my partner, is interested in what I'm doing here. No one ever asks how it's going. I try to talk about it. They change the subject. Real talk. I post links on social media. Hey, this is what I'm doing. What are you doing? I just did a bunch of YouTube videos. I'm giving advice online. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I'm building this. I'm doing that. They don't want to hear it. They don't want to know anything about it. I'm working on getting monetized. I really feel passionately about what I'm doing. They have zero interest in it, like not at all. So I'm going to, you're thinking, are your feelings hurt? Yes, of course. And I talked to other people who have been sending their videos to their relatives, their friends, people they grew up with. I'm going, how's that going? And they're going, it's not going. They're not interested. And if they do listen to it or read their articles, look at their stuff, their friends and family get offended by it. Oh, well, I think this, and the other, and they don't have anything nice to say about it. And I said, well, you're getting further than I am. They're just not interested, and they change the subject. They don't want to have anything to do with it. They start asking me about how someone else is doing. So how's your mom? How's your dad? Or something like that. Or they want to know about a relative. They don't want to know anything that's going on. They don't want to know... They would rather just change the subject and not talk about me at all. They don't want to know about this or anything else that I'm doing. I mean, they would rather just get the subject off me altogether. And they don't want to know about video production. They don't want to know about my subject matter. They don't, how am I coming up with this stuff? They're just absolutely not interested. They don't. And it's actually really fun. This stuff is really fun. Building a camaraderie with other presenters, other people, content creators. I mean, this has been very, very interesting, and I'm having a whole lot of fun doing this. They don't want to know anything about it. This is, they want to talk about their lives, which are, it's kind of ordinary by comparison. I'm not saying that to be mean or anything, but it's not like it's so much more interesting than what I'm doing. So I don't know why they don't want to hear about this. This is really actually pretty cool, okay? So I mean, they just don't want to hear about it. It's, I'm not like, I'm so much cooler than you want to hear about me doing YouTube. No, it's not even like that, bro. It's just like, hey, I've been doing YouTube and I've been, giving advice online, and I've been doing this and doing that and answering questions, and these teenagers want to know this, and I tell them that, and I feel good about doing this, and I'm talking to all kinds of different people, and this, and no, not at all. I meet a lot of different interesting people, and no. They don't want to hear about, how enriching it is. They don't want to hear, I feel like I'm helping people, sharing knowledge. When you get to this point in your life where you feel like you're giving back, where all this life experience that I've culminated, I'm actually feeling like I can give back and help. I'm feeling really good about that. Like I've gotten to the point in my life where, okay, well, I've garnered a lot of life wisdom. I feel good. I feel like I'm contributing. I feel really happy about that. I feel, I just feel really happy. Like I have something to give. Nope. They're not interested. They just, nope. So, I guess I just need to share it with you guys, right? So, thank you for watching. They're sure not interested. So the point is, the reason why I'm telling you guys all this is not to highlight what jerks they are, because they can just be jerks by themselves, I guess. They're just not interested. The whole point is, I don't think this is a unique experience. Okay, I think it's, because one, they can't relate to it, so they don't want to talk about it. That's part of it, okay? And two, here's the thing. Your friends and your family aren't going to make you rich. Your fans are. Okay, they're not interested in this advice because they don't need it, for one thing. I mean, they might, but they don't think they do. I don't know. Maybe, they're just kind of like, well, whatever you have to say, Juliana, we already know. We've probably already heard you give this advice to people, or they don't realize I know all this cool stuff, maybe. I don't know. Or maybe they've heard me giving this advice to people. I don't know. But they're just, they don't know the side of me or something. Or they're just, let's face it, they're not interested. But yeah, your friends and family, they're not going to make you rich. They're not going to get excited about things the way you want them to. They're not going to watch your show. You can send them links and say, I'd really like you to watch my show. They're just probably going to criticize it. Okay, because it's a side of you they can't relate to. They can relate to when you were all growing up together and went to school together and did X, Y, and Z together and all this kind of stuff. They can't relate to who you are now because they're all doing the same kind of thing. Maybe they have like a 9-to-5 job and they're all doing this, that, and the other, and it's all kind of the same kind of thing. You're not doing that anymore. You're like an entrepreneur. You're doing something different they just can't relate to. So they don't want to get behind it. They don't get it. You know what I'm saying? So they're just not going to be, they're not going to promote it. You know what I mean? They're not going to be supportive. So you need to, because it's going to hurt you. Your feelings are going to be hurt. But here's the thing. You need to get out of your feelings and just get your money. Okay? So you need to not worry about them and how not supportive they are, and just kind of detach yourself from that. And just kind of stay focused on your goal of doing your content or whatever you're freelancing. Are you a freelance writer? Are you a freelance artist? What kind of entrepreneur are you? Stop worrying about your friends and family not getting it. They're not going to, because they're just doing just regular stuff. They're not having to think outside the box. They're not having to create their own jobs. They're going and getting paid to do things that they know what they're going to do every day. They're getting told, do this, so they're doing that, and they're like, thanks for the paycheck. We're having to get up every day and creating our own jobs. You know what I mean? So I'm having to figure out how to get monetized here. So when I start talking about, okay, I got up and figured out, to do this video today and blah, 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 blah. And you could just see their minds wandering like, stop talking about that. And then they change the subject to something they can relate to. They just don't want to hear it. It's just boring to them. It's like, I can ask them, hey, do you want to be on my show or something like that? Well, they would feel uncomfortable in front of a camera. You know what I mean? They just, they would rather just talk about something that they're more comfortable with. They wouldn't want to do a thing like this, So, no way. So, your friends and family, they're not going to be supportive. They're not. You're on a different path than them, okay? Or you have to also consider maybe they find what you're doing offensive. My friends and family probably think I'm on here saying a bunch of cuss words, and they're right. I am on here saying a bunch of cuss words sometimes, like not all the time. I mean, I'd probably get kicked off of here if I was saying cuss words all the time. I do get on here and sometimes say cuss words. Okay, I do get on here and sometimes throw a little bit of shade, okay? I do get on here and wonder, are they hating on me? Like, why can't they be more supportive? Why aren't they interested? Well, you know what? They have their own lives. This isn't interesting to them. Okay? Other stuff is interesting to them, and this just isn't something that is interesting to them. And I have to not care. You know what I mean? I have to not be sensitive about it. I have to not care. And the point is, it's interesting to me. And the thing is, I need to make it interesting to you, the viewer. You clicked on my video because there's something about the title that made it interesting to you. So the point is, I need to keep making it interesting to you. It doesn't matter if it's interesting to them. All right? I mean, what do they owe me? Nothing. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I'm not making content that's interesting to them. They, none of this may even interest them at all. It's, all this game and everything that I'm giving. I mean, maybe if they gave it a chance, who knows? But in the meantime, no. I mean, they're not gonna. They're just not gonna take an interest in it. I mean, probably if I was making a whole lot of money, they'd go, oh. Or if a major network was picking me up. But I'm not doing this for a major network to pick me up. I'm just doing this, just to do it. It's YouTube. I like, being like off the grid. I like being a YouTuber. I'm not trying to be on a major network. They would call on my shots, and I don't want that. But I do want to get monetized, so if you could please like the video, maybe share the video, maybe not even this one, because this one's like probably boring compared to the other ones, but maybe one of the more interesting ones, where I'm giving you like a little bit of game or something like that. Like share one of those with somebody who could really use it. I mean, because I'm really trying to help people. So, but the friends you grew up with, your family, maybe they just don't get you anymore. And maybe mine just don't get me anymore. Maybe they never did. I don't know. But do you guys get it? Are you guys enjoying it? That's really what matters. So I just, get out of your feelings and get your money. Live your purpose. Stay on your path. Stop worrying about them. There's probably so many things about you that they can't know. You know what I mean? So many things about you that's none of their business. So if they go, well, I didn't know that about you, blah, blah, well, you're not watching my show. You don't read my articles. You don't follow me. I'm all over social media doing this, that, and the other. You would know that if you paid attention. So that's on you. Just say that, like if you paid attention, you would know. It's like, duh, it's right under your nose. Come on, you could just say that to them. I mean, if you're some kind of influencer of some sort, a lot of people just are not comfortable with stuff like this. So, if you are doing something that is just like you're creating your own job and you had to pull it out of thin air and stuff like that, they just don't get it. They don't. So stop letting it hurt you, because I had to let that go years ago. I mean, because this isn't my first run creating my own thing. I've been doing my own thing for a really long time, and I have not ever gotten support from my family doing my own thing. I was a blogger on MySpace about 15 years ago, and I was a top blogger, and nope, no one in my family cared. Nope. And I was prolific. They did not care. I've done all kinds of things all over the internet. I've got 3 thriving Instagram accounts. They really don't care. That might not be a big deal to anybody, but I think it's cool. I'm just doing a whole lot online. They don't care. But I care. I think it's fun. I'm having a whole lot of fun doing everything that I'm doing, and hope to be monetized soon, and hope you guys are enjoying my content. And I will keep doing this until I get monetized and until I get a strong following. So please tell your friends about me, and I will keep going, and I will not let things bother me. And please don't let it bother you if they don't get it, because sometimes when you have a vision, they're not going to. What can I say? All right, you guys, I love you all, and you have a wonderful day. And I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.